What up, my friends? It is me, Mr. Squid Whiskers, and today, it's time for a bit of a confession. See, this video is going to be late. I don't know how late. It's either going to be 3 days late or 4 days late, depending on how editing goes. Normally, I try to post every 2 days, but the last 2 days I've just had a problem. First of all, before this gets started, I want to congratulate us, because we reached 1,000 subscribers and monetization. So I now officially get to call YouTube my job, and that is, I mean, let's be honest. If you know anything about YouTube ad revenue, you don't get paid marshmallows, but that doesn't matter to me. Just the pure fact that I get to say, shouting in a mic and talking to you guys is technically a job, is just the coolest feeling in the world. But and you know what? Something like that needs celebration. And that's where the problem started. See, like, there's a bunch I want to do for the 1,000 thing. I want to create some big special video and then a bunch of other small things. But I couldn't get started. I've recorded several different, like small little update things, like, hey guys, we reached 1,000. Well, I just talked for like 10 minutes straight, and I couldn't bring myself to edit them. I couldn't bring myself to, like, create them. I wanted something better, something more thought out. But I couldn't figure it out. So I just thought, I'll keep uploading, whatever. I still enjoy it. And I do. I love uploading and editing so much, but just over the last few days, I could not focus. I could not set my mind on anything. Like, there's so much, I'm at a level with you guys, there's so much I want to do. Like, an unrealistic amount of stuff that I want to do in such a short period of time. But I want to do it anyways, but I couldn't settle on anything. There's so much that I could do, and so much that I could try, and so much that I don't know if I actually want to do. And overall, for the last few days, I've been thinking all that over, and I can't settle on anything. I've just been, like, thinking and been in my own head for so long, and I couldn't bring myself to record anything. I couldn't bring myself to create anything. I'd just been struggling. And so it got to the point where for 2 days, the 2 days that I had to create a video so that I would be on schedule, I hadn't done anything. And I was just like, I was still in my own head, and I couldn't get out, and I was just trapped in this mindset. Right, I can't really explain it, but I was just trapped, basically. Like, I felt like, I don't know, how would I describe it? I felt like I was just stuck. I couldn't have it. And so today I just got so desperate. I started thinking of everything. I was like, could I do this? Could I do this? And overall, I mean, the real problem is I was also setting limits for myself. I'm like, I want to get a video tomorrow, or something out tomorrow, some creation, something out tomorrow. That way, at least I'm not that late on my schedule. But that just made it worse. I had to rule out a bunch of things that I could do because I knew they would take too long, and it just got worse and worse. And so eventually I got so desperate that I'm just like, I gotta find something. So I literally started scrolling through my Steam library, just being like, there's gotta be some game here that just, like, will appeal to me and just be like, please, you have to do this one. But I couldn't find anything. I just, like, all the games I've been playing, none of them seemed appealing. None of them seemed like something that I actually wanted to do, and I just couldn't figure it out. But I finally just thought of this game, and its name, Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, and it just clicked, I guess. It was fun. It was what I was looking for. It was that game that just, I knew, this is the one. This is what I need to do. And I need something that I can do to just get over this, to just make sure I have a video. That way I feel like I'm giving stuff to you guys, because I really love doing this, and I want to make sure I have a schedule. I know many YouTubers say it's not fulfilling to have any sort of schedule. Like, if you try to post every day, it just destroys you. And that's sort of what happened. It did destroy me after a little while. I used to publish every day, and then I moved to every 2 days. But even holding that, sometimes it's just weird. Sometimes I'm just looking to do something else, and it's anything against doing this. This is still the most fun thing I could ever dream of doing. But sometimes you're just in a weird mindset, like I was this time. When I came across this, it just finally clicked. I need to get over this. I need to get over what I'm doing, and it's gonna be hard, and while I'm there, it's gonna suck and whatnot, but I need to just get over it. And so today, I'm gonna be getting over it with you guys, and I'm gonna be getting over it with Bennett Foddy. I'm going to tackle my mental mountains while also tackling this physical mountain here. So let's just set the background. If you don't know what Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy is, it's ridiculous. Oh, is this mouse sensitivity high enough? I don't know. Let's see. Basically, it's you're a guy stuck in a pot. You can't walk, or a cauldron. You can't walk, but you have a sledgehammer, and you and that sledgehammer are going places. You're gonna take on the world. You're gonna take on, how about, why not an entire mountain? And so that's all you do. But the controls are super finicky, and the course is so unfair that, like, it's long and short. It's annoying at best and infuriating at worst. Maybe, I don't know if that's how I describe it. But overall, it's sort of a journey of just self-reflection and stuff. Like, you begin to realize, like, why do I get so angry about this? Why is this so, like, infuriating me? And yeah, that's why I wanted to go on this. But all right, thanks for coming on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point, or I'll have to take a break. I have a feeling this is going to take me a while. I'm sorry that I have to skip over his dialogue, but I have full confidence that, like, I mean, I may never complete this journey. I may never even come back to this game. Like, after today, after I do this today, I may never be back. I may never be back here. This is blah blah blah, sexy hiking, I know all that. We'll go up the mountain, buddy. But I don't know if I'll ever even come back. I have no idea. But that's not the point. Today I need to climb over a mountain. And I also, I don't know, I just need to climb over a mountain, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna climb over this mountain with, what is this guy's name? Diogenes? And I'm gonna try to climb over my own mountains as well. And together, if we make it there, well, that's great. If we don't, then we have to just sit down for a moment, breathe, and come back and try again. Dude, no. No. Get up there. Get up there. I'm sorry, Bennett Foddy. I want to hear what you're saying, but I'm also struggling to get up this stupid steel beam. Let's go. Voink. There we go. I don't know what I just did, but it worked. There. Let's see. Boing. Okay, now this is the part that I could... Hopefully I can get back past this lantern part and never have to do it again, because I'm pretty sure the day I make it what? How did I get here? How did I get to the second one? Much less, like, I don't even understand, like, how I got past the first one. But okay. Okay, now we go. Ooh, no. Ready. I want to bounce. Ooh. No way! That's the farthest I've ever gone! Okay, for now, the other people who have been predicting games would be soon name it. No! No. How did I already lose it? I was paying attention to Bennett Foddy's text. Aw, Bennett Foddy, you ruined it! My moment, my shining. My mouse is falling off my desk. Boink! Yeah! We made it! I don't know how to do this part, though. I've never been past here. No. Oh, that is a sheer drop. You could totally fall on that. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna explore this ride together, because, I mean, I can infer what to do, but I really don't know what comes next. Like, at all. Now, this is the sort of stuff I like to work with. No! Super speed! Oh, crap! Don't worry, I'll get into the characteristic, ow, no, stop it! Stop it! The characteristic, Bennett Foddy, shouting and whatnot that you all know and love. But for now, I'm gonna hopefully, I would like to maintain, like, some demeanor. Like, I don't want to just, like, rage or anything. I'd like to say, like, yeah, I didn't rage that much while playing Bennett Foddy, and just have people be odd, like, how? Dude, like, in what way? Like, how is that even possible? Do you have any idea how much I rage during it? Not because I actually, yeah, I care. That people are gonna be like, wow, that's so cool. But mostly just, like, so I can, like, pretend that I'm the How did I do that? Ooh, I figured it out. I did it. Yeah. It's weird, and it's annoying, and it hurts my head just looking at this. But I figured it out. Yeah, get forward. Okay, maybe this is what digital culture is. Sorry, dude, I wasn't... No. Oh, okay, we're safe. Alright, let's go. Come on. Alright. I just have to... Ooh. Yes. Yes. No. Like this, maybe? Did I make it? Yay! I made it! Are these an obstacle? Okay, so I don't know what to do from here, though. Is that a... Please tell me that's not a drop, right? Oh, no, it's not. Okay, I thought, like, this little step thing would be a drop, and I was scared. There's 3 million models of breakfast yet extra fanfic now. Blah 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 blah. Oh no no. Oh okay, we're fine. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, there's this thing. Oh no. Oh no. I forgot. Oh no. Candid. I can't tell what you're saying. Please. I'm sorry, Bennett Foddy, but I'm trying to focus. No. Is that all the way back down? Oh, rotten. Rotten. Untitled. Oh no. That's my bad. No, I don't know how I don't know what I did the first time. Bennett Foddy, thank you very much for like your inspiring words. Yeah, just do it again. Like usually, I mean, most people like most things happen because of accidents. You do realize that. It's hard to repeat the same accident twice. It doesn't matter what what normal people are doing on YouTube, because I have decided to play this game. No! Oh no! I fell all the way back down. Oh, that's even worse. But yeah, like still, it was just what I wanted to do. All right, let's go. Oh, look at that sub. Again, third time's the charm that I've done that and not know how I did it. Perfect. Looking. No. How do I keep doing it? It's so funny because it's like letting go. It's like it literally looks like I'm just letting go from the thing. Like I'm hanging for dear life. And it's like, come on, man, don't. Oh no 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 no. Oh hey, okay, I'm not all the way back down. I do like doing the game fast. Like despite the fact that it's probably best to take it slow. This is the same problem I have with everything, isn't it? I never take things slow. Okay, so I play the piano, right? And before I ever learn a song, like when I'm first learning a song, I take it slow. Like I go through, okay, like this note is this note, and I practice it slowly. But the minute I get slightly mediocre enough at it, I take it super fast. I take it at the original tempo, rather than practicing more and getting it down right. And so I'll just continue. So I'll try to practice it fast without ever having gotten it down good. And so it won't. I'll keep making mistakes, but I won't change it. I won't change anything. I'll just keep going super fast and never really perfecting it. And then and that's it. It doesn't change, mind you. Okay, so I've managed myself into this situation. This funky group. I don't know really how I got here, but hey, here is better than. Okay, how do I get? I'm sorry, but this. Legally. Oh no way! I actually managed to like slingshot myself. Okay, yeah, I know. To live is to suffer. Can I make it up? I don't know. Can I? Am I the guy who can get over it? Ooh, wow, that's spooky. Let's see. Jump. No. Up. Let's go. Alright, how do I get on the rake? Okay, so I made it on the rake. Okay, I should take it slower. I should calm down a minute. The reason, yeah, I see how this game works. I definitely... Okay, then. Great. I wonder if in a situation where you got soft lock and like literally just couldn't move. No, he bounced! He bounced! Oh, why did he have to bounce? I'm not a very patient person, am I? Like, I'm very impatient when it comes to most things. Probably why I have trouble with some stuff, because I just want, when I have an idea, I want it to be out. I want to just get it done. Like, I'm okay with struggling, but I want to struggle fast with it. And that's really not how all things work. Like, a lot of things take time. And overall, I just have a problem. Yeah, I really have a lot of problems with time, don't I? It's funny how climbing a mountain can make you think, and just getting over things can make you think about stuff completely unrelated to getting over stuff, because it's just a mountain and you have time to think. Yeah, I've noticed, and this pertains to the game and a lot of basically my entire life, I have very little patience. Like, I have so little amounts of patience that yeah, it's kind of incredible how impatient I can be. Like, you gotta wonder just to like okay, did something go wrong here? Like, am I reading this right? Like, 0 patience? Like, not even any? Like, I mean, there's even, like, a side note here that says, could be in the negatives. Like, what does that even mean? How do you have negative patience? And overall, I have a very low amount of patience. And it all has to come back to my fear of time. Because I like to use time very effectively. And so when anything takes longer than it needs to, I get super impatient. And I just need to get over that, because things take time. And as you do them more, you can get better with using that time. But while you're still figuring all that out, it's just gonna take time. When you're, oh no, that's really bad. When you, whoops a doodle. Yeah, good point. Things are gonna take time to learn first. When you're first learning to climb the mountain, when you first climb the mountain, it's gonna be hard, and it's gonna take a while. And that's just kind of how it has to be. And I'm not very good at that. I like it to go fast and just do it right. My theory is work hard and work faster. And that just doesn't work. Sometimes you just gotta work through something. Like, you can work as hard as you want. If you don't know how to do something, if you don't know how to take apart an engine, working hard isn't gonna do anything, because you don't know how. So, like, it's stuff like that, and I guess I just refuse to believe that stuff. I'm like, I can do that. I can just figure that out, and I just need to take my time and just figure out how to do it. And, well, also not even just figure out how to do it, but just keep doing it consistently. Like, not just learn to be like, okay, learn that, done that. I need to just take it very slow. And that's what I'm not very good at, because I like to move fast, because I have limited amount of time. And I want to use it. I want to make the most of it. And it never really feels like I'm making the most of it when, like, I have to sit down and, like, learn something. I'm like, okay, I'm just sitting here, you know, not actually getting anything done. What am I getting out of this? And the truth is that you're gaining a lot. You're getting a lot by learning something. You're gaining the ability to do whatever you want to do in the first place. And that, I mean, that's, if that's not clear enough already, that's extremely important. Because if we want to do something, you have to have the ability to do it. It's sort of like, I hate to make this analogy, it's sort of like trying to walk without legs. I mean, like, well, no, and you can walk without legs, but you have to figure it out. You have to get those legs first. That means the legs. Like, even if you don't have legs, you can still walk. That's one thing. That's one distinction I want to make. Just because you don't have legs doesn't mean you can't walk. And I know you could say, well, like, well, no, you can. But in one way or another, you can walk. And it's just learning how to utilize those things. But my analogy is basically like, you have to gain those legs. You have to, like, a new skill. You have to gain that skill before you can perform it. Like, you can't just like become good at something without any anything. You can't just be like, yeah, like people say, like, people are born talented or whatever. No. That's not how that works. You have to learn to, you have to pretty much learn to do things. I mean, yeah, it's like finding legs. You basically have to grow legs. And that's what always learning and stuff is. And that's why it's hard for me, because I'm like, well, I need to get this done, and this is in the way. Oh no.
Of all sad words of tongue or pen,
okay, we're not that far.
saddest.
Hey, you just have to learn, like, things, because I'm trying to learn how to do a lot of things. Like, I try to draw, I try to make music, I try to make games, and overall, I'm very impatient with all of it, because I just want to make something. I want to go and, like, create something, and I shouldn't, because learning is actually fun. Learning how to do that stuff is actually fun, but I have so many ideas in my head, and I just want to get them out. I want to go just, like, get them out of my head and say, okay, that's out of there, now let's get this out of there and that out of there, and just complete the endless cycle of creation. But I just can't, and just going through that learning process always just, it takes a toll on me. Like, why? I just want to get to the end, and really I don't. But I feel like it, because I want to struggle, and I want to go through the hard process of making something. I want to be optimized with that. I want to do it as fast as possible, but I want to work hard. I don't want to just work fast. If I'm working fast, I want to work hard. It's not fair to just say, like, I mean, to just work faster, or like work faster than general. Like, if you're working faster, then before you're either working harder or you're working better. So you're working more efficiently. And so yeah, there is just no working faster. Like, there's time and struggle involved with being able to go faster. But I just, yeah, I have a hard time doing that. I just have a hard time, like, yeah, like getting myself through that phase. Like, I want to get to the final. I want the final product. I want to get there, and I want to do the struggling too. But sometimes like my desire to just get there, to just get the thing, outweighs like my desire to like learn how to actually make it in the first place. Overall, it just saves so much time in the long run. But I'm so bad at like justifying that. I want to get things done now. I want to work fast now and work hard now. And I don't like the idea of like actually, you know, actually learning things. Actually like doing it, like getting the ability to do it. I'm just like, I'm gonna struggle and struggle and struggle. I'm gonna work super hard and I'm never gonna get really anywhere. And that's just gonna be my way. And I shouldn't be doing that. Like, I should be taking the time to do something. And even once you have learned something, do the same thing. Learn more. Or practice it. Practice it. Like, I know I've gotten up this part of the mountain. I know how to do it. But, I mean, look at me now. I'm still struggling. Why is that? Why can I not? I mean, speedrunners do it all the time. Like, they just climb the mountain. It's like instinct. And you know how they did it? They learned. They kept going through, and they kept practicing over and over and over again. And that's how they got to that point. Guess who doesn't do that? I just want to do it. Like, snap. Instantly done. Wow. No time used at all. Because I have a fear of running out of time, I would say. Like, I fear... I don't fear dying, but I fear the end. I am as I've said, a terribly impatient person. I want to see like the most product quickly. Like, I want to get to what I think is the fastest way to the final product. And it looks fast when you go fast. When you try it, when you get the, I mean, when I play the piano and I go super fast way before I should, it seems like I'm getting there faster because I'm at the speed song is actually supposed to be played at, rather at a practice speed. But then I stay at that moment. Like, I never really perfect it. I keep making mistakes. I can never get the notes right because I'm going too fast for what I've learned so far. I mean, if I just learned what the notes were completely and fully before, I would be so much better at it. I would perfect the piece so much faster. And yet, I just have the biggest problem with that. Because I've known that for a while, that whole piano thing. Like, I take things too fast, and therefore I don't learn it as actually fast or efficiently as I could if I just went slower for longer. And I mean, there's a person like that can master a piece weeks faster than I could because they will learn it. They actually learn it. Like, I'll get through the basics faster. Like, I'll get it up to like partial speed faster than they will. But then I'll stay at just like this forever like repeating cycle of just never getting it right because I never make the attempt to get it right. I take the broken stuff I've already learned and try to make it the whole. I don't have all the pieces yet. I mean, you can't make a puzzle if you're missing some of the pieces. And I'm often missing some of the pieces. I refuse to get them. I refuse to take the time to get them because I think, well, okay, it's not even that. Maybe I have all the pieces, but I don't know how to assemble them. Or something like that. Like, I have, like... But I think I can do it. I am a smart person. I could just do it before I ever need it. What am I even doing? But I could just accomplish this. I can just do it. I can just... No matter what. Oh, God. I realize, I just think trial and error will always save everything. And this has happened so many times in my life. And I can see it happening now. Like, I just want to get up the mountain. I want to get past the part that I've already done. And that's really why this game, like, gets to me. It doesn't get to me. Like, it doesn't make me angry. I say carefully. It doesn't make me angry, per se. It makes me annoyed. It makes me get just frustrated. And it's all me. And that's one of the messages the game gives you. Like, if you're frustrated... It's you. I mean, other things can make you frustrated, but it's really all how you perceive it. It changes, because if you don't know something is supposed to be frustrating, just because someone does a frustrating thing, doesn't mean that you interpret that way. I mean, someone else who's trained to think, like, you know, that's not frustrating will do that. Will think, that's perfectly normal. That's a perfectly normal, not frustrating thing. And it doesn't really... Yeah, it doesn't make me mad, because I feel like things are out of control. I feel like things are in my control, but I can't do it right. And it's all my fault. It is 100%, without a doubt, my fault. I've always known that. I've always known that. But it's because, and it's the same thing. I always knew that. I had the reason that I could never succeed. Ooh, spooky. That I could never succeed at anything. Like, I could never get things right. But I never took the time to process. I never took the time to say, like, okay, this is why, and I need to fix this. I never took, and it's basically, it's a whole loop. The reason, the problem I have is the reason I can't fix it. Which is, that's a really kind of interesting way to say that. But, yeah, that's just sort of the thing. And so I have to just take it aside. I have to look at the problem. I have to face it and this is true for, like, a lot of problems, I think. Like, I've heard that, like, if you have to word things differently. Like, you have to say, rather than I forget which way it goes, but rather than saying I have depression, if you want to realize that you have depression, you have to say, you don't want to say I have depression. You have to say I am depressed. I am this. Like, this is not, I don't have this. It's not something I can, like, I have right now, but I can just throw away. I am this as of now. This is more of a permanent thing than just, hey, I have this for now. I have this sandwich, but I may not have the sandwich in an hour after I eat it. Oh, say the full statement. Basically, what that means is it's like, this full statement is, you are, like, more likely to become not to get rid of your depression if you phrase it as, I am depressed versus like, I have depression. And I don't know all the psychology about that, but it's the same thing. You have to just, it's not that this is something that you have, like, you have this problem, is that you well, okay, that's a weird, the English is weird, okay, but, like, it's not that this is something that is a problem, it's that this, how do I want to phrase this? But, like, okay, let me, again, I'm getting probably impatient about saying this too, aren't I? And also not focus on the game while I'm doing it, but, what I'm trying to say is basically, like, you can always say, this is something that happens to me, like, there's this problem that occurs to me, where I have little patience, and I won't take things slow. But then you have to actually just step back and realize, I am this problem. I am not a patient person. It's not like I have low patience. I am not a patient person. And you just have to realize that it's not like one event. It's not like, yeah, just like with depression. It's not like sometimes you're depressed. It's a different sort of thing than that. It's not just like, it's not just I have depression as of this moment. It's you are depressed, and you can, and again, here's the thing, you can fix that. Just because you are depressed doesn't mean you can't change that. Although technically you can change having something, and that's like supposed to be like a difference between the two things that I'm talking about, but no, you can totally change that. If you have something you want to change, it is totally possible. You can always, yeah, you can always change something. And some people say, no, you can't. You can't. Here's something you can't change. You don't have arms. Can you change that? And you could say, well, you could get robotic arms, but can you change the fact that you don't have arms? And what I say, sure. Why not? You want arms? Go get arms. And maybe they won't be the same as what you want. Maybe you can't get those maybe you can't have, like, actual arms. Maybe your arms are gone. Maybe your chance for arms has long passed. But that's okay, because you can have bionic arms. You can use your feet as arms. You can use, or as hands or whatever. You can do what you can do. But I say, just if you want something, do it. Get it. Like, even if it's the worst circumstance. Like, yeah, again, you don't have arms. How are you supposed to fix that? How are you supposed to change that? You don't have arms. What are you gonna do about that? I mean, yeah, like, if you end up losing your arms, or if you just weren't born with arms in the first place, then, like, what do? I mean, you can't change the, can you really change the fact that you don't have arms? And the answer is complicated. I feel like, yeah, maybe you can't have exactly what you want. Like, you can't be exactly, like, word for word what you want. You can't, like, not everything is gonna go right. That's just not how it works. There's just too many things in the world, and too many other people. Because if everything was right for you, then it probably wouldn't be right for someone else. Because if you want to destroy someone, and that's like a part of everything, a part of the accompaniment of everything you want, I don't think they want that, and so they can no longer achieve everything they want. But that's why I say, like, there's a difference between, like, changing things perfectly and changing things for the better. Like, maybe is that, yeah, you know what, I'll phrase it like that. Like, yeah, you're not, if you don't have arms, you don't have arms, but that doesn't mean you can't find a workaround, and it's gonna be hard. Here's the thing: change is hard. Making a difference is hard. It is not simple work, and it goes back to that same thing. You gotta do that. You gotta put in the time to make that change. The same reason, the condition I have, the unpatientness, is the same reason I can't change it. But you can anyways. Just because, yeah, like that. I don't have patience. How do I change that? I don't have patience. You don't have arms. How do we change that? If you don't have something, how do you get it? If it's impossible for you to get something, again, and that's where I say, just get it. Look, I will never be a patient person. I know that, but I can still find a workaround. I can still find ways that will allow me to just either get a momentary bit of patience or find a workaround for patience. Like, just taking things slow or something. I can find a workaround for that. And you can too. You can find a workaround for arm, whether it be like robot arms or just using, like using your feet for hands and stuff like that. You can find a workaround for all that stuff. And it's just, yeah. And but you gotta do it. You gotta do it. There is no, I mean, it's not just gonna fall into your lap. And if it does, well then, what's the fun in that? What's the fun? What's the accomplishment if it just falls into your lap? Like, what's the fun in that? Where was the struggle? Where's the part that made it worth it to do that? Okay, so now you have arms somehow. Like, literally, you just have arms now. Okay. Where is the part where you got from? I mean, where is the struggle from where you had arms to where you didn't have arms? Where was the struggle where I had patience to where I didn't have patience? And it is weird like that, because basically, in some cases, it takes a miracle to actually get that. If you want, like, actual arms and you don't have them, it's gotta take a miracle. It's gonna literally take, like, magic or something. And so, like, and that's when you say, like, well, then what do I do? And those are the trickiest ones. And that's why I didn't want to use, like, not having arms as an example, because what do? You don't have arms. I mean, that's a pretty significant problem if you ask me. If you're looking to have arms and you don't have them, especially in the case of it being arms, I mean, if you don't have, like, a toy and you want it, go get it. Again, just go get it. But still, I mean, it works on the same principle. You have to make that change. You have to, I mean, even if it's as simple as wanting something, you may have the full capabilities to get it, but you're not getting that unless you go get it. Like, you could have $1 million and you can buy a $1 million home then, but unless you go and sign that home contract and give them the $1 million, that's not gonna work now, is it? It's not. You're not gonna get there. And that's what we all have to do. So that's the lesson I want to part with today. If you wanna do something, go do it. Now here's the thing, I hate to say it, I'm leaving this here. I'm not gonna get past it. Well, first of all, I've gotten so agitated and so very little patient with this that it's not gonna work. I can tell I'm just at that stage where I'm not gonna get anywhere. And overall, this is no longer my goal. I do think I'm gonna finish Bennett Foddy one day. I don't know if that's gonna be today. Maybe I should come back after I have figured out how to do better and how to become a more patient person, and I should do it then, because then I can see if I can get better at this game faster. And who knows? But for now, that's it for me. I needed to climb a mountain. I needed to figure some stuff out, and this has helped me do that, and that's all that matters. Like, it doesn't matter if I didn't make it all the way yet. It doesn't matter, but I've learned something. I've achieve some greater knowledge. I took the time to just think through my problems, just in whatever form that was. And for my form, it was playing a game. For you, it might be just walking around, pacing, thinking about it. Whatever it is, I took the time to just try and think through my problems. And guess what? It paid off. Now I don't have to stumble in the dark forever looking for the answer. I now know what what my problem is, what I need to work on. Basically, I figured it out. I've climbed that mental block that I had. And I managed to create a video while doing it, which is kind of surprising because usually when I do that, it doesn't go all that well. But I felt like this went okay. It's gonna take some editing, and I'm gonna leave a lot of the wordy parts in, because that was what this was. This was me talking in the form that it made most sense to me. When I needed to climb a mountain, I went here and I tried to climb both the mental mountain and the physical mountain, like I said in the intro. And that's what helped me do it. That was the form. Now, I could have just sat there talking for a while, but overall, this is what helped me the most. And I'm glad it did, but I no longer need that. And when I need it again, or when I want to reflect on not no longer needing it, I'll come back here. Or if you guys actually do. If you guys really want to see me do it, then I guess I'm chained down by YouTube's algorithms then. But like yeah, that's basically that's it. I figured out what I need to do now, and I'm gonna go do it. I no longer need this for now. But I still love this game, honestly. I do want to just say, like, this game, I love all the Bennett Foddy quotes and all the stuff that happens. It really is just a perfect blend of climbing a mountain. It really is just very the same as climbing a mountain. It is just climbing a mountain. That's all that it really ever is. It is just climbing the mountain and trying to get to the top. And that's sort of what life is sort of, I guess, like a never-ending mountain. I wouldn't say it exactly is, because there technically is sort of, there's no end. I wouldn't say, or at least maybe I don't want this. I don't want there to be an end to the mountain. I don't want to just stop. I mean, in this case, I do. I want to get to this mountain and say, hey, I climbed that mountain. But I don't want life to just come to a point where it's no longer a challenge. I don't want to say, I don't want to reach that stage where I'm at the top and I'm fine. Where I have reached that peace and I have reached that, like, yes, I have climbed this mountain, I have climbed life, I have nothing else I need to do. That is not something I never want to reach. I don't want to ever reach the stage where I can't, where I'm done, where I don't need to do anything else in my time. I want to just, honestly, and this comes back to the same time thing, I don't want to die, because I want to keep going. I just want to keep struggling and feeling and creating and doing everything. I don't want that to end, and that is my main fear with time, because I mean, technically, unless there's a miracle, again, that's the same thing with, like, not having arms. Like, unless a miracle happens, I'm going to die unless a miracle happens. Unless for some reason I just get infinite life or something. But, like, overall, yeah, I mean, and of course, and again, it's one of those things where, like, how do you work for that? Like, how do you work for, like, not ever dying? Like, I mean, you can work for, like, the longest lifespan you can, but at some point, isn't your body just gonna fail anyway? Aren't you just, your heart's just gonna stop? No matter how good of care you take of yourself, is it just gonna stop anyways? And that's what I say, and that's why, and that's the biggest thing I struggle with the fact that beyond my control, I will probably end up kicking the bucket anyways. No matter what I try to do to sustain myself, it's just gonna end up there doing that, and that's what I fear most. And that's why I try to use the most of my time, and that's why I can't be patient, because I know it does run out. And you have a fair bit of it. You have a good amount of time. Like, I mean, the average lifespan, at least in in a good lifestyle, I guess, is like 80 years. I don't know, maybe less, maybe more. You could probably do more than that if you try. But, like, I mean, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time. You can do a lot in 80 years. I mean, so in just the 5 years, I've done a lot on YouTube that I've been on here. So, and that's 14th of that total time, and that was not working completely on YouTube. Like, if I had worked on YouTube all 5 of those years just consistently, like every time, every moment I could have done so much more. The long and short of it is, you're gonna, life takes work. Getting somewhere takes effort. Getting to the top of the mountain is going to take a lot more effort than I'm going to put in today. And that's just how it is. But I'll get there one day. After time and after learning, I will get there. But for now, thank you guys for watching. This has been Betty and Fuddy. Please do check out the game if you thought it was remotely interesting. I really do love it. If you like the video, do subscribe, do like, comment, share, and I'll see you guys all next episode. Squid Cat out.